Woodland Shorts, deer damage. You can see here direct results of deer damage and the protective effect of a dead hedge. So here, this is all deer damage, nibbled off as if it's been cut with a pair of secateurs. In this wood we've got roe deer. I also think we got sika deer, which is a non-native species, and we may have muntjac, again a non-native. So you can see that this side of the stall has been available to the deer and they've nibbled it off. But within the dead hedge we've got nice tall straightish regrowth. And if we walk over here, peer through the dead hedge, I'm 5'8", that's a bit downhill, so that's 6 foot of regrowth in 1 year on that stall. Some of these others are shorter because they're in shade. You can see the way the sun's coming from the left of the picture. It's underneath the canopy of these trees I didn't get around to felling last year, and also under the shade of that oak over here. Sorry about the sun flare. These will all be cut this winter with the following wind, and the dead hedge will be made thicker and stronger by the lops and tops from these stems here, and this will go to be my next year's firewood. And here we have another little trick the deer do. These are the bucks, and they run up to the rut, growing their antlers. They get all itchy, and they use a nice long thin stem to develve, and also I think there's some territory marking involved. So this is deer damage on these stems. This one got left with the possibility of layering it in the future. You would lay it nicely to about where I'm standing here. But it's going to be more difficult to layer if there's dead material in the centre of it. I obviously need nice live material, be able to cut almost all the way through and bend over. If you look at this one that I've done over here, back through the gate, this one I did last year, and you see the callus formation. We zoom in, or move the camera in, there's no zoom, and move out. You can see it's been cut so it gets nice and thin, nice and gradually thin, so instead of bending at a short length, it bends over a long length, and it's less likely to crush these tissues under here, underneath the bark, which is the real living part of the tree, and the bit through which it translocate nutrients. And if you look at the end here, it's gone through this stall. You can see the way that these stems are growing round, so they're not straight, they're bent. Phoenix shoots coming up. And this is where it was staked down. See the stakes holding it. And I got lazy here. I partially pleached these, bent them over and stuck them in the dead hedge. They are still alive. See the catkins on them. These are Hazel catkins. They're just starting to drop pollen. And the idea of that is to get the living parts at the end of the stem that you've pleached or layered above the base, so it'll continue to draw nutrients all the way through it during the year. Hopefully it'll eventually root here. So in 6 years' time, cut it here, cut it there, and you'll have hopefully some shoots growing up doesn't seem to have taken. There are no shoots from where I'm hoping it'll root. Right, thank you. Hope that was interesting.